Greetings and welcome to Jefficho Films. This 2017 horror comedy was directed by McG, and despite his name, he does some really good work. It's also starring the lovely Samara Weaving. So let's review The Babysitter. This movie starts out at school where Cole is getting a flu shot and he really doesn't want one. And he also gets bullied and he has a cool friend named Melanie who's getting picked up by her midlife crisis dad.
I'll see you though, neighbor, huh? What's that? NASCAR Nation, bitch!
Most schools have speed limits. Well, Cole walks home and he gets picked on by bullies, and he has a good wit, but then B shows up to save the day. Man, I love her.
You crazy bitch!
Now get out of here! Before I run you over, you little pap smear.
She's his way too awesome babysitter, and she drives him home, and we see the roof of his treehouse at the side of the road because he's grown out of having a treehouse. We also see Melanie across the street because she's his neighbor. Cole's mom is in the crawl space, setting traps because she has a lot of rats, but she also has a lot of tarantulas, so maybe deal with that first. His dad takes him to an empty parking lot to teach him how to drive, but he's too afraid to learn. He's saying goodnight to his parents and his dad's watching Mad Men, and he decides to go and binge Mad Men anyways, and his mom tells him to pick up his toys. Well, he picks up one of them at least.
Clean up the toys in the hallway for me.
Okay, Mom. Jeez.
Thank you.
Much cleaner.
The next day on the bus, Melanie's telling him that he should stay awake when the babysitter thinks he goes to sleep. And he gets home and B shows up and his parents are saying bye. And it's all done in one long tracking shot from his position. It's really cool. Then B and Cole have a great time, hanging out, dancing. Man, she's gonna break his little heart. Just look at this.
No way you're gonna beat my guy.
Next, they discuss an intergalactic dream team to take out a great villain. I love their witty dialogue. And then they watch a movie that's projected outside, and then they chill on a couch.
Melanie.
I wouldn't say she's cute.
Oh, I would. I would say she's super duper cute.
And, you know, I see what you're trying to do, and it's not gonna work.
Whatever. You want your tongues to touch.
She wants him to go to bed soon, so she bribes him with a shot, but he tosses it out when she's not looking, and then heads up to bed and FaceTimes Melanie, and then hangs up on her before getting tucked in. The doorbell goes off and a bunch of people come over, and Cole stealthily checks it out as they're playing Spin the Bottle, Truth or Dare edition, and Sam, he's a bit nervous as he doesn't know any of these people, so B calms him down. Reminds me a lot of my first kiss. The others collect blood for their cups as they're making a deal with the devil, a sacrifice to get what they want. They pull out a very old book, much like the Necronomicon. They need to get started before they get the blood of the innocent, and Cole hears this, so he runs to his room and he calls 911, puts on his shoes, and puts in a pocket knife in his back pocket. He climbs in the bed when he hears them coming, and B admits to drugging him, and she pulls out a needle because she doesn't want to kill him, she just needs some of his blood. And then she notices the window's open and closes the door, and he jumps out of bed, ties some sheets to his bed and throws them out the window, but then he faints, and he doesn't even see that she's right behind him. He wakes up tied to a chair, and he's full of questions like, where's Max's shirt? Also, he pulls out the pocket knife, and he's cutting the rope.
Why didn't you drink the shot, Cole?
Why is he shirtless?
Cole.
Why'd you take my blood?
Cole. Oh my god. Does he not even see the mirror behind him? We can see you cutting the rope.
Well, he does now.
He plays stupid right before the cops show up, and it gets violent. They do not fare too well, and he makes a run for his room. John follows him, but he shoves John off the balcony, who slips on one of his toys and is impaled when he hits the ground. Max, played by Robbie Amell, chases after Cole, but he goes out the window, and then he starts pulling up the sheets, so Cole has to jump, and he falls rather hard. He goes into the shed, finds Sam's dead body, and some tools and a firework, which he takes with him to the crawl space. Sonya suspects he's down there, so she goes searching, but he's hiding under a blanket, but these tarantulas are crawling on the blanket. She's just about to leave when he flicks one off and it hits a rat trap. Now she knows he's down there, so he fires off a firework and he escapes and walks her down there, sprays some bug spray, and it ignites.
Did you just blow up Sonya?
No.
I mean, I'm not even mad. I'm a little surprised.
You want a head start?
You guys.
You just blew up Sonya.
Max isn't even mad, he's just impressed. He had some good comedy, and he's choking Cole when Jeremy shows up and starts egging the house. So he lets him go, and he gives him a pep talk on how to deal with bullies. So Cole goes out to deal with Jeremy, and he gets hit and an egg cracked on his head.
But if you kill me, you won't get what you want.
No, I'm not like the others. I came here to kill people. Yes! That's what I'm talking about, Cole! Come on, buddy!
Max taunts Cole as he chases him up the tree fort, but the fort breaks, and he slips and grabs a rope, but it wraps around his neck and breaks it. B starts shooting at him, and he runs across the street and dives into Melanie's place as she had her front door open because she heard the gunshots, and they have to play hide and seek. B's searching the house as Melanie and Cole sneak into the bathroom, and he tells her to call the cops. Then he tries to lock her in there because he wants her to be safe, and she kisses him.
The last guy I saw get kissed got stabbed in the head by 2 knives.
A little confidence does wonders as he runs through the street calling out B, and he gets back to his place, but it's like creepily cleaned up now. None of the bodies or blood's anywhere. He sees Allison sitting in the chair, and she wakes up and she attacks him in the kitchen.
What's wrong with you, you little pervert? What? You can't make me feel bad because I defended myself.
I knew you wanted me this whole time upstairs in your little room just jerking off. You're just sick.
You were trying to kill me.
I wasn't trying to kill you by punching your dick.
Allison's very insecure, so Cole tries to talk her up, but she still attacks him, and she grabs a knife and B blows her head off because B doesn't want to hurt him. Cole threatens to burn the book, and she explains how the spells work. She also says that she'll have to go to another town unless he can agree that they were both attacked. He lights the book on fire and then throws it into the living room and runs out the front door, goes across the street, steals the neighbor's car, and drives it off his treehouse roof into the living room on top of B. He crawls out and talks to a dying B who's trapped under the car, and she asks him his intergalactic dream team. It's touching.
Admiral Adama to lead. Data for his intelligence and cool head. Predator to fight. And me and you.
Cole says when he realized that she was the big bad, he knew that he had to stop her, and then she tears up a little bit. The cops and the fire trucks arrive, and Melanie goes to sit by Cole for a little bit and gives him a kiss, and his parents show up. But then the cops search the house, and B isn't where Cole said she was. I really enjoyed this movie and this cast. They had great chemistry. I mean, probably the weakest link was probably Bella Thorne, and I think she was just getting into the acting at the time, so she gets the pass for me. On September 26, 2019, a sequel was announced, and it's going to be produced and directed by McG again. Most of the cast is coming back, despite most of them being killed in this. The one that's missing, though, is Samara Weaving, which just doesn't make sense to me. I'd be less interested in watching it if she's not at least getting a cameo.
Because when I realized you were the big bad, and you betrayed me and were just gonna hurt other kids, I drove a stolen car through you.
So in the end, this is a fun little horror comedy that I totally recommend you check out. It's on Netflix, so easy to find, and you'll probably fall in love with Samara Weaving too. Well, as always, thanks for watching.
30 Crystal Springs Avenue. 11103, code 6. Units code 4, 30, Roger, Central Safety Command.